Make sure that thing is set up right. We are live. Just want to make sure the camera looks good. So we are raw dogging this video. It is a beautiful day. I have some whiskey and a friend gave me a Mexican cigar. So wanted to jump on here with you guys, have a pretty good conversation just about everything that's been going on, how life has been lately, and just talk about different things. Like sometimes I like making these videos just to kind of take some thoughts out of my head. So I think this is a good opportunity to do so, especially with you guys, with my cigar, got my whiskey, and we're going to smoke this cigar. Just gonna fucking raw dog it, man, because I don't have a cutter and I don't have a torch. So I'm gonna have to cut it with my teeth. And we're gonna have to light it with this lighter. So it might take a little longer, but the best way to light it is just rotate it. You don't need anything fancy. You're just gonna smoke a cigar, you're by yourself. Lighter, cigar, you're good to go. Preferably, you wanna have a torch. Just makes the entire process more efficient. But right now, it's just you guys, and I enjoying a cigar, having a good conversation. So lately, guys, pretty good. Lately, guys, life has been pretty good. Been very low key lately, just working, staying focused. Had a couple of pretty good experiences dating wise. But one thing I've been noticing a lot is how important your presence is. Like your physical presence as you are navigating throughout the world. Last couple of years, been traveling all over the world. I've been in South America, Central America, been in Mexico, been to some parts of Asia, and it's been an eye-opening experience seeing how people treat you abroad, and how body language, your tonality, your charisma, your confidence, the way that you move speaks more for you than your actual words. Especially in locations that there's that language barrier where you can't speak with someone directly. You can't have that one-on-one conversation and they can understand your perfect English. You know, there's a lot of locations where you have to rely on mostly your body language, the way that you express certain ideas, certain thoughts. And it's been very eye-opening for me how important it is, not just with people in general, but also with other men and also with women when it comes to dating, when it comes to getting the best out of that romantic relationship. Whether you're trying to get laid, trying to get a long-term relationship, your body language has a lot to do with how you are perceived. Body language, tonality, your voice, the way that you move, the way that you dress, these mannerisms are very important. And a lot of scrubs, they don't pay attention to that. They disregard it. They think that it's not important. They don't put the time and effort into learning how to move with sophistication, with elegance, with precision. That's the key word right there, precision. You want to move with precision. Cigar's pretty good, man. It's a Te Amo 1880. Got it from a good friend of mine in Mexico. And it's pretty good. It's pretty smooth. Pretty surprised. So body language, your image, your presence, your charisma, it's powerful. And as I entered my early 30s, my birthday's coming up too. A couple months. Your boy's going to be heading down to a Mexican beach. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be a pretty good couple of weeks. I might most likely make a vlog about it in case you guys are ever interested in checking out Mexico. Got a couple of boys coming down, so it should be a good time. I'm gonna show them like the real Mexican experience. Get some tacos, none of that pussy shit. So when I was traveling abroad, since I grew up in the States, my English is mostly American English that I learned from just growing up in Texas. Grew up in Texas, spoke English all my life. When I was a kid, I would speak Spanish with my parents. They taught me Spanish. But I learned Spanish by listening to it. I didn't learn it by writing it down, by grammar, spelling, any of that. It was mostly just by listening, auditory Spanish. So I learned Mexican Spanish from my parents. When I got to school, I had to learn English. It was like a complete shift for me because I had to get used to practicing my English. Growing up, I learned Spanish from my parents. I got to school, I had to learn English. And then I got to a pretty good point where I mastered my English, got really good at speaking English. Then I went to high school, college, graduated, and I started working, went to my professional life, and then after that I started traveling. And when I started traveling, I never thought that I was going to use the Spanish that I learned from my parents ever. I thought it was just going to be like, okay, like I learned it, just something part of growing up in a Mexican American household, and that was going to be it. But as I started traveling, I started seeing the importance of learning two languages, having the ability of communicating in two languages. It helped me in my dating life. It helped me in just the day-to-day life, getting the things that I needed, making sure that I was taking care of my necessities abroad. If there was an emergency, I could take care of business. And like currently what I'm doing is mastering how to write and have better grammar, punctuation, spelling when it comes to my Spanish. But long story short is it's helped me tremendously being bilingual abroad, because I can communicate with the girls, I can communicate with other people, I can communicate with other men when I'm training in the gym, when I'm training MMA. I've met some really good friends in MMA gyms just because I can speak Spanish and I can relate to them. So I never thought that was going to be the case growing up. I always thought that it was going to be, my English. I was going to excel primarily in the US, and to some extent that is true because you need to learn how to really master the English language. I would say that English is more important than Spanish when it comes to financially. For me, in my perspective, it's just been more beneficial because a lot of the opportunities that have come to me financially, and also just in general in life, mostly financially, it's been through my English speaking abilities. So that's why it's very important to dominate that language and then branch off if you can. So going back to presence, this is something that I believe that I'm going to tailor a lot of my content directly on, because I am noticing the power of body language, of presence, of knowing how to present yourself the right way. Right now, it's a Sunday. I'm just chilling, relaxing outside of my apartment, wearing a tank top, got a silver chain, got my hat, got some shades, smoking a cigar, just relaxing. But there's a message, there's a signal that my look is currently portraying to the world. It's giving he's confident in himself, he's showing off his tattoos, he got his shades, he's trying to be relaxed, nonchalant. That's the powerful message behind your image, is that it speaks for you without having to say a word. I can easily wear a suit if I want to. If I'm having a professional event, I know exactly where to wear. Wear a nice navy suit, a nice tailored navy suit with a white shirt underneath, with a nice blue colored tie that fits just right, with some nice brown shoes. Or even some black shoes if I want to look a little bit more professional. So you can always dress up and you can always dress down. But like I said, there's a lot of scrubs that don't understand that concept. They go through the world fucking dressing like kids, looking like their dad, like their mom dressed them up that morning. They wear baggy pants, baggy shorts, some shitty shoes that do not match the occasion, and then they are left wondering why women are not attracted to them. It's because, motherfucker, you can't dress right. You don't know what the hell you're wearing. You portray weak status. That's another key word, status. Status is your aura, your energy, the energy that you give off to the world. I would say out of all the countries that I visited, Ecuador has probably been the country that I felt the most insecure because of mostly for the government, their society. They're having a lot of problems over there. The government, the Mexican cartel to some extent is operating heavily in Ecuador. So it's causing a lot of insecurity because of that. And when I was in Ecuador, one of the things that I realized was that my presence was very, very intense because of my tattoos. I'm pretty jagged. Like I'm not a skinny dude. And I've noticed this throughout anywhere that I travel, is that my presence, just when I walk into a room, just people automatically respect me just because of my physical demeanor and my physical stature. So that's why it's important to hit the gym. That's why it's important to get strong, because you automatically command respect from other men. And let's be honest, it's mostly important to command respect from other men because they're the ones that can actually hurt you. They can actually attack you. A woman's not gonna really do anything, but we're not doing this. Like, I'm not getting jacked for women, even though it does help. It does help sexually. They're more sexually attracted to you. But the biggest thing is that you can protect yourself. It's like armor. Your muscles are armor. They command respect without you having to do much. You ever see a jack guy walk in somewhere, like he just automatically gets respect from all the guys. You see this in prison. You see this with inmates. They garner respect because of their physical prowess. Now, if you know how to fight, that's actually another plus. That's another benefit of being jacked. If you know how to fight and you're jacked, you really command respect because, one, you're physically strong and capable, and two, you're dangerous. You can actually hurt and inflict pain on someone. That's why it's also important to learn a martial art. And guys, I'm just having a really calm, chill conversation with you guys. So I'm smoking a cigar, but I'm just letting you know exactly how I see these things and why it's important. And I think that when you instill this mentality and you start thinking this way, you move through life with more confidence and more success. More success, not just with relationships with other men, but also with women. When it comes to women, if you are in shape, if you take care of yourself, you have a nice diet, you're always training, they're physically and sexually naturally attracted to you. So they instantly look at you and they are turned on. It's like a magnet. Anywhere that you walk, they're just boom, drawn to you because of that sexual attraction. If you're fat, if you're out of shape, you have a higher percent body fat, women are just not naturally inclined to go after men like that. I'm not saying that an overweight guy can't get a girl. I'm just saying that naturally women are more attracted to guys with lower body fat, that are lean, that are strong, and that they look like they take care of themselves. They look like they hit the gym, they're athletic. What this also does is that this helps you stay in shape. Not stay in shape. This helps you. It makes dressing, it makes your fashion, your style easier. It facilitates better style and fashion. That's the better way to express it. It facilitates better fashion and style because you're already lean. Anything that you wear, you can wear a simple white t-shirt with, you don't have to even wear jewelry, and you'll still look good because the model is the most important thing. If you are in shape, then your entire fit looks good. If you're in good shape and you know how to wear your clothing tailored that it fits properly, that's all you need. You don't have to spend money on watches. You don't have to spend money on jewelry. It's an extra. It's a bonus. That's all it is. It's just a bonus. But the most important thing when it comes to attraction is the model. You want to be a good representation of a lean physique. Look at the model, like the mannequins that you see at any fashion store. It's just a lean model. The clothing looks good on that model. And as a man, that's the aspiration that we should all be working towards to being lean, that anything can fit. That's the mission. Once you get to that point, it makes fashion, it makes style very easy. And you'll quickly notice how more sexually attractive you look. Then if you want to garner even more respect, you start dressing more professionally. You wear collared shirts, you wear suits, you wear clothing, and also colors that complement your skin tone, they complement the occasion that you're going to, and that just levels up more of your respect and more of your status. Going back to that key word, status. Status is something that you can easily, I just saw two cute girls drive by, but status is just something that you can easily work on, but you need to put in it's hard work. You need to put in the work to get there. I'm gonna be dropping a lot more videos on this, so just stay tuned and make sure to follow the channel, subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. But the main thing is you want to be lean, you want to know how to dress, you want to know the colors that match your skin tone, and you also want to know how to move, your body language, your presence in the world. You never want to walk slouched. You never want to portray weak body language anywhere. You always want to have a nice, calm, a nice neutral but strong body language. Something that doesn't express that you're a threat, because I see some guys that overdo it. Like they, like the biggest advice that you get when it comes to body language is, keep your shoulders up, your chest up, and your head high. And it's true, you want to portray that body language every now and then, but you don't also want to walk through the world like this because you signal off a threat response to a lot of other men, especially a lot of other alpha men. There is such a thing as distinctions between alpha men and beta men, omega men, whatever you want to call them. There's scrubs down here, and then there's guys that operate at an elite level. And if you don't believe that, bro, just go to jail, man. I wanna see you survive in jail for 1 month, and we'll see. There's no classes, there's no ranks to being a man. The lowest level guys are on the bottom, and they get bullied, bro. Like, they get taken advantage of. And the strongest men are on the top. There is levels to this shit, and the sooner that you understand that, the easier it is to navigate the world with confidence and understand the power of harnessing this energy. Your presence, I would argue, is one of the most important things that you have. Your presence and your status. If you can portray a competent, confident, strong presence, you will garner more respect from other men and other women. It doesn't matter where you find yourself, whether you're in China, in Ecuador, in Mexico, the States, your presence says it all for you. And like I mentioned, guys, I am going to make a lot more videos about this topic going forward. So stay tuned. Make sure to hit that like button. I'm gonna wrap up with my cigar here and my whiskey. Pretty good whiskey too. It's regular Buchanan's. It's Scotch. Sorry, not whiskey. It's Scotch. But it's pretty smooth. It feels good to just kind of talk about these things. You know, enjoying a cigar, talking with you guys. It's always a good time. Stay tuned for the next video. Stay strong, stay relentless, and keep on conquering. You got this. Peace.